Hi everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center, and today we're going to take a look at the Bayliner VR4. The one we're going to take a look at today is the outboard model. They also have an IO version with the stern drive setup that's going to come with the Mercruiser 4.5 liter 200 horsepower engine. Here at Buckeye we sell primarily more of the regular outboard versions in this boat. This is an 18-foot model. It's a more value-oriented model. It kind of is the new generation of what was the old Bayliner 185, which they literally sold thousands and thousands of. So this is kind of the new version of that boat. And there are a lot of cool elements that make it modern, that make it unique. And really it's one of the better values in the marketplace for somebody wanting to get into a new boat, or they're scared to buy a used boat and they want to get something with a good warranty, and they get it into a new boat at a reasonable price. So let's take a look at this VR4. The first thing I'm going to talk about is kind of the bow area and the way the hull is configured. This is considered a bow rider style boat. However, it does have some deck boat mentality to it, so it's kind of a hybrid where you see this wider bow area to create the maximum amount of space in the bow. So it's almost kind of a combination between a traditional pointy nose bow rider and a wider nose deck boat. And then underneath in the hull you can see very, very deep in the front. The V continues all the way to the front, so it's going to ride more like a traditional bow rider boat. So it's Bayliner has always been known for having a really, really good quality ride and really a great ride for the price, and there's no exception here on the VR4. As we move to the transom area of the VR4, first off you're going to notice obviously the outboard. So now that there's no manufacturer building any type of IO configuration under a 200 horsepower, in your 17, 18, and even 19-foot bow riders you're going to see a lot of outboards. So the nice thing about the outboards is the power to weight ratio is very, very efficient. So this boat with a 115, this is their Mercury Pro XS model, which is kind of the juiced up high horsepower, high torque 115 horsepower. And this is going to get this boat well into the into the 40 plus mile an hour range. So it's going to get overall good performance, kind of similar to the old 135 horsepower in the IO version is what you're going to find on this 115 in the outboard. In addition to that, you're going to see some premium features that you're not normally going to see. Whether if you're looking at a Bayliner from years ago, or you're not going to see stainless steel, on the rub rail all the way through. You're not going to see heavy-duty stainless steel cleats. You're not going to see grab handle stainless steel, vents stainless steel. Pretty much everything is upgraded, and even the boarding ladder. Nice design here with a 4-step ladder that kind of pulls out from underneath, a really heavy-duty setup. So this particular boat, you've got the 2 little rear platforms. So if kids are jumping around and doing stuff, you've got a little area back here. We have the optional SeaDek added to this boat too, so it gives it a little bit more luxurious feel, makes it a little less slippery for people entering and exiting the boat. As we move inside the cockpit of the Bayliner VR4, Bayliner's always been kind of known for kind of maximizing its interior space, and no exception here. They have what we call a beam forward design, so the widest point of the boat is actually up by the windshield as opposed to at the transom, so it really opens up the middle of the boat to make it as wide and as usable as possible. So really in this 18-foot platform behind the windshield here, it really feels more like, quite frankly, I know it's got more space than some of the 20-footers I've seen. So really, really roomy area here. Underneath here, there's actually a huge storage area. That you can see in the pictures of the boat. Very, very large storage area. There's storage underneath all the seats. Kind of a little bit of a U-shaped setup here. You see the stainless steel grab handles, and then Bayliner's done some things as far as putting padding up along the side of the boat, so you can sit sideways, you can sit facing forwards, facing backwards, and then kind of a neat little they call this a little popsicle seat, where you can sit facing forward, you can sit facing backwards, and you can actually move this over here to another position to kind of have it be more of almost like a water sports setup where you're kind of sitting facing backwards. So you can slide that right in there and then just have a kind of a rear facing seat. And then there is a stainless steel mount for a tow bar there. So for water sports application, this boat is going to have, the way we equip them is that they come with the ski tow bar as well. So as we move into the helm area of the VR4, really, really nice, slender helm area, but it's got everything that you need. I'm a bigger guy, 6'2", and I've got plenty of leg room with this little cutout that they built here, which is kind of cool. I also can slide the seat back and forth a little bit. I can also swivel the seat if I wanted to talk to the people in the cockpit. It also has a tilt wheel, so I can adjust it to my best position. A nice throttle handle here over to the right. It's actually also kind of nice that I can lean my arm up against the gunnel here You know, so if I wanted to have a little kind of an armrest, even though there's not one built in, it kind of acts like that on the gunnel as well. Full instrumentation, your trim, RPM, speed. Also, this one has the optional depth finder as well. So overall, a simple dash, nothing too crazy, but everything that you need, and plenty of space for even a bigger guy like me. From a storage perspective, you know, obviously on an 18-foot boat you're limited, but Bayliner does a really good job of kind of maximizing what they have. We talked about the big storage compartments in the back, but we also have a nice big ski locker down here. You know, we can kind of see some of the, you know, covers that come with the boat down there as well, but then also a water management system, so you don't just get a bunch of water going in there. So a pretty big compartment for your skis, or other gear that you want to use. And then I really like on the port side over here, we have a nice big storage compartment as well. You can throw backpacks or, you know, some other things you might need for the day, some life jackets into that storage compartment. You know, pretty easy. Again, good space utilization on the VR4. So we talked about it a little earlier, but the bow area of this boat is just super, super big for an 18-foot bow rider. So, you know, I can easily stretch out my legs, again, being a bigger guy, you know, to fit 2 full-size adults up here without a problem. This one's got the optional bow filler cushion. You see storage underneath 3 of the seating areas as well, so there's additional storage up here. This one's got the optional bow speaker, so this boat has a total of 4 stereo speakers. You know, actually an upgraded stereo unit that we didn't talk about as well, which is pretty cool. Stainless steel grab handles, and then there's actually a USB charger on the starboard side over there, so somebody can actually charge their cell phone and kind of have it out of the way, which is kind of cool. So really, really maximizing the space in this 18-foot platform. You know, up to 2-3 people can sit up here really, really comfortably. So we talked about the stereo unit. It's kind of nice. It's located here in the middle of the boat so that, you know, a passenger or somebody else other than the driver can make the changes. There's also a cool area here for to actually hook in. You can use Bluetooth, or you can hook into the USB to the stereo directly. And there's actually another USB charger for cell phones, so you can kind of put your cell phones in here out of the sun, which is kind of cool. So really some technology and some advantages of this VR4. This boat's rated for up to 7 people. There's obviously plenty of room for all 7 people. Sometimes a rating will, you know, come into play, and you're like, well, how do I sit 7 people in this boat? And this one, 7 people can have plenty of space to move around and use as they need. So, you know, again, excellent space utilization. So thanks for checking out the VR4 outboard with us at Buckeye Sports Center. For more information to view our inventory, go to buckeyesportscenter.com. Whether you're watching this in Northeast Ohio where we're located or around the world, you know, we appreciate you watching. You can subscribe to our YouTube page. You know, we have lots of different videos from Bayliner and also 14 other brands. So thanks again for watching.